FIFA Next Generation is here. Is it better than current gen? I'm going to check that out in this video, and I'm going to be checking it out on the Samsung Q90T. I got some requests to show what this game would look like on the Q90T because there are some people that really just play FIFA, so they want a new TV for their FIFA experience. Maybe the Q90T is that TV for you. I'll let you decide that on your own. Now keep in mind when you're viewing this is all taken from camera footage, and the ISO could change from time to time depending on the clip, so you have to keep that in consideration. Before I get into anything, I just want to say if you are new here, welcome to the channel. On this channel, you will find videos on TVs, technology, and video games. So if you like any of that stuff, be sure to subscribe below. Alright, first, before I get into details on this game, we need to talk about the price shenanigans that are going on with EA Sports Next Generation titles. You have to buy this game on current gen. You just have to because you get it for free. They're trying to charge you $70 for the next gen version when you can go and buy it at Target for $27, or at least that's what it was a week ago, and it'll probably be that price again. So please don't fall for EA's tricks and buy this game on current gen if you want it at all, because you'll get it on next gen for free. Alright, let's get into FIFA 21 on the next generation of consoles. So for this video, I played it on the Xbox Series X, and straight off the bat, you get introduced to a new intro cutscene, and overall, I think that's a really cool presentation. Moving through the menus, I think they are a lot smoother than current gen. I feel like there's more responsiveness overall. As soon as you boot it up and you have the ability to press start, it just skips all the intros and you're just in the menus. And after you're in the menus, it's really quick to navigate and everything feels smooth and it just feels great in comparison to Madden 21, which feels terrible. And that's basically another video that I'm working on. But yeah, it's terrible compared to FIFA 21's improvements. Now let's talk about the load times on FIFA 21. I think that the load times are crazy. You can just press the button to hit play and you're in. There's no loading screens at all. It's 1 second and you're in. Wow. FIFA 21 definitely uses the SSD to the full advantage when it comes to load times. Let's get into the graphic improvements that I see across the board. The graphics overall just look fantastic. Right when you jump into the game, you're automatically noticing that there's a lot more details on the actual players themselves, and the player movements looks more fluid. I think that overall they did a really great job of the faces and the animations, especially like on the cutscenes is really nice. You could really zoom in on these players' faces and see their facial expressions, like when they get slide tackled or when they're going up for a head ball. You could see the grit in their face, and I think that's a really cool touch, and that's not something I really noticed before. But to be honest, I didn't really play around with instant replay too much in the current gen version of FIFA. So that was the graphics side of things, but how does the game actually play? Well, I have to tell you, it feels a lot more fluid. I'm stopping and turning better, and everything just feels better across the board in terms of rotation movements. I think that running in this game feels fantastic, and off the ball movement is great as well. Dribbling is so good in this game. I have to say it's a definite improvement over current gen. I feel like the timing window might be more improved in this version as well. It just feels tighter overall, and I think that you have a little bit more responsiveness when it comes to getting a head ball or when it comes to shooting a volley. I feel like everything just feels a lot more precise and instant. I don't know, that might be a placebo type effect, but it really did feel like the game response time just felt better across the board compared to current gen. Passing seems to feel a little more precise, and I feel like I have more control over my passes. I don't know if they changed the ball physics or something, but it really did feel more responsive for passing. As far as shooting goes, I didn't notice a huge difference from current gen, But I think that the AI is actually improved in this version as well. It just seemed like they weren't going off sides as much. They weren't pulling in on defensive plays. Like they weren't getting sucked into stupid plays. And that happened a lot in current gen FIFA. So it's cool to see that kind of change because you really don't usually see AI changes. But hey, I only played a couple of games, so maybe I just got lucky with the AI. I can't really speak too much on the AI beyond that. I think that overall, if you are a fan of FIFA, you might really want to upgrade to the Series X or PlayStation 5 because I do think it is the superior experience over current gen. There's not any real downsides that I'm noticing from upgrading where you can't say the same thing about that in Madden. I'm actually going to be showcasing Madden 21 as well. It had an upgrade done for next gen and it definitely wasn't on the same level as this upgrade. With Madden, it's a lackluster effort, but when you look at FIFA 21 for the next generation of consoles, it's actually pretty brilliant. I think the cutscenes are way better. They nailed it. The graphics overall are really amazing. I think the player models are precise and they look really like their counterparts. So I think that's really awesome. So good job to the FIFA developers for making this a next generation free update. And it's actually seems like it's not like put together overnight. It doesn't seem like it was patched together, which I gotta say Madden feels definitely patched together in comparison. The movements and animation in FIFA 21 actually look really realistic at times. Taking a look at the gameplay footage that I captured, and there was a couple times where my camera went out of focus, and that time I kind of mistaken it for a real life game, and I was like, whoa, that actually looks real. So it's cool to be able to say that with sports games because you don't really see sports games performing graphically. But, you know, with FIFA 21 and NBA 2K21, I really do think the graphics on these games are pretty good. You know, even Madden to a certain extent has made improvements to graphics, and it's nice to see games moving that way. Even though Madden won't be on the same level of graphics as those two that I mentioned, it is nice to see developers starting to look more at graphics since we want these games to look real. Since the sports are real. Overall, I think that sports games, you know, they have a long way to go still. They still are not, you know, the cream of the crop when it comes to gaming and next generation games. It really, you know, it doesn't look like some of these top blockbuster titles that are coming out. And one day, hopefully we get there, but I feel like when you are in a year-to-year cycle of development, you really won't get those big changes. Anyway, that's all I got to say on FIFA 21 next generation upgrade. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys got a good view of what it looks like for me on the Q90T. Now, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more videos on the Q90T, I have a bunch of those on this channel, and I'll be uploading more next generation gameplay as we go on. So thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.